Hey YouTube, what's up? So I just wanted to do a kind of a first impressions. I haven't done a lot of cutting with this knife yet, so I'll probably do a full review later on down the road. But before the end of last year, before deer season last year, I was looking for a new hunting knife. Something that, as I'm a deer hunter, something that I could gut my deer and then use to do the processing afterwards. I know some guys carry folders. I don't really like to carry a folder for that task, just because you can get it really bloody and gucky, and sure, you can run it through the sink with some hot soapy water and you can clean it, you can tear it apart, but that just seems like a big pain in the butt. I'd rather have a fixed blade, something that is easily cleaned, something that isn't going to rust. I wanted something with like a rubber textured handle, something with good grip, something that came in a nice sheath. So what I originally found at the end of last year before deer season was this cold steel Master Hunter. And for all intents and purposes, this last year it worked great. This one here is the Carbon V steel. They've made this in several different, they had a laminate steel, they had VG1, and the version that I found was at my local hunter supply place on my way up hunting. This is the one that they had, and I couldn't find one prior to that, so I went ahead and bought it. And so this is the Master Hunter, and I just wanted to do this as a comparison to the new knife here. Great sheath, no problems. It has a little place here for your thumb to be able to push off of. I kind of wish that this had some kind of texturing or something on there, but not a big deal. Nice blade, still a little bit dirty, but I've washed it. Great handle, full tang, so that gives you great leverage when you want to like break the pelvic bone or whatever. You can. I didn't want to have something too pointy down here. Has a lanyard hole. I don't ever use lanyards. And let me pull up some of the specs on this one. The overall length on it is 9 1/4. The blade length is 4 5/8. So it's a 4 5/8 long blade, pretty big. Flat ground, I believe it's like 3/16 thick steel. It is the Carbon V steel, so it does sharpen really nice. It holds an edge really nice. But I noticed that it was a little big for what I was trying to do. When you're trying to get in there and do delicate work, when you're trying to like skin the deer or whatever, it's just a little bit too long. It was kind of like, I don't know, working with a big flat, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So I mean, great knife other than that, and if you like a larger knife, I definitely highly recommend this one, especially for like deer hunting and whatnot. So after this year, I went back on Cold Steel's website to see what else they had. The Master Hunter is no longer on there, so I'm assuming that it's been discontinued. But they're new. They had a couple of new knives, and this is the Pendleton Hunter. They make a Pendleton Hunter Light, which is made out of some cheaper material, cheaper steel, cheaper handle. For a budget version, and they also make a mini that's a lot smaller. So I wasn't really sure of the size. They give you specs, like the specs on this one. The blade length is 3 1/2. The overall is 8 1/4. It's VG1 stainless steel. It's 5.8 ounces. The blade thickness is 3/16. So I wanted something smaller than this, but it was really hard to tell just by looking at images, how much smaller or if it would be too small. So I didn't get the mini because I was afraid it was going to be too small. And the mini looks like like a great little camping knife, or maybe if you're going squirrel hunting or something that you don't want a big blade, or something maybe starting off as a kid, you know, a 12-year-old kid getting his first fixed blade knife, that might be a really cool option. But this one here, actually what had happened was I was looking for one for myself, and my stepson, at the beginning of last year when I bought this one, I took him to a couple of gun shows, and I wanted him to pick out his own deer hunting knife. And I can't remember the brand. But anyhow, by the time this year came around, the blade had already started to rust. So that made me, you know, obviously it wasn't something that I was confident in to last him the rest of his life. I try and buy things that I know are going to last, and if the blade had already rusted just sitting in the sheath, and it was only like a $30 knife or whatever. So this one here is actually going to be a Christmas gift to him. I'm probably going to end up getting another one for myself, but I wanted to see the size and the performance of it before I bought two. So this is the Pendleton Hunter. Blade shape is a little different, not much. It does have kind of an awkward look, as in the blade is shorter than the handle. Normally I don't really like that, but for the purpose of it, you know, I was trying to do you know, skinning and processing my deer. This is exactly the right size that I was looking for. You know, good handle, good grip, good texture. You know, it's got this rubber texturing on there. It's got a palm swell. This down here is pointed at an angle, which I don't prefer, but not a big deal. Has a finger guard here so that I don't have to worry about slipping upward. Could use some jimping up here, but not something to really complain about. As long as you've got a finger guard down here, I'm not too worried about it. So there's the logo, Pendleton Hunter. The blade came nice and polished, nice smooth surface, so when you're cutting things and you're slicing, it's not going to hang up on a highly textured surface. Cold steel, VG1 stainless. Came razor sharp, and unlike this one here that is flat ground, this one's hollow ground. So with the hollow grind on there, the sharp edge, still nice thick blade stock, this thing should be great for slicing meat. You know, I did a little bit of testing just today on some food prep stuff, and it worked awesome. But I do want to test it out some more, give you guys a really good review on the cutting capabilities in comparison to this one. So if you're trying to figure out which one you like better, they both come with great sheaths. This one, like I said, is no longer in production, but you can find it still on like eBay or whatever. So you can see the size difference there. You know, the handle's about the same, so you still have really good grip here no matter, you know, what your hand size is. You know, I've got a small hand and I've still got extra room, so there should be no problem. But the blade is shorter. It's a little bit different, got a little bit of a drop point on it. And like I said, this one here is flat ground. It's really kind of just feels like you're cutting with a big fat chunk of steel. And I mean, that's what you're doing, but it doesn't slice as well as I was hoping. So I'm hoping this hollow ground, shorter blade will give me a little bit more accuracy in what I'm doing. I'm hoping that it's going to slice better. You know, it's still stainless and it's still thick stock, so I'm not worried about, you know, if I need to do some heavy cutting, you know, through bone or tendon or whatever, that I'm not going to have any issue. So this is just a real quick first impression. I love it. Definitely like it better than this one. For what you're doing, you know, you got to consider your task. There's tons of knives out there. My dad actually uses, which I bought him for Father's Day, was he uses a Spyderco Salt, the larger version, which I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. He prefers to use a folding knife, and as that one is H1 steel, which is made for high corrosive environments. You know, that's a great knife for him to do all of his hunting tasks with. He doesn't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about it if you can't get it cleaned right away, or geez, even if you used it and packed it away in your bag and got it out next year, it's not going to have any rust on it. So that's what he prefers to use. I prefer to use a fixed blade. You know, it's task oriented. I'm not gonna carry this every day. I'm not gonna use it for really for food prep, other than testing it out. Not going to use it for chopping wood. You know, if I was to go out and have just one knife for like hunting and camping survival, this would probably be the best knife that I have in my collection for that task, as it's bigger. You know, you can baton with it or whatever. But if I know, you know, I'm not going to be starting any fires, I'm not camping out, I'm just going out hunting and may need something for gutting or processing a deer, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And I've been searching and searching and searching. There's lots of knives out there, but nothing to me said, you know, this is a perfect deer hunting, skinning, gutting knife. I don't really like gut hooks. I don't feel that they're necessary. I mean, you know, you can get a really good one, and I'm sure there's lots of people that like them. I just prefer not to. I'd rather not have something sharp up here on the blade when I might be using it for my finger or whatever. It's not necessary. So, great knife. There's the size comparison. VG1 steel, great handles, great sheath, great thickness. You know, I can't say any more about it. So I'm going to do some testing on it here. Might not see another video for a while though, because this is not, you know, my priority right at the moment. But I just wanted to get this video up. This is going to get back in the box and get wrapped up for a Christmas gift. So hope you guys liked the video. I hope if you were trying to find a hunting knife that this helped you. I'm hoping that if you were considering between the two, or even the mini, that this helped. I would definitely not get a mini for gutting deer. No way. Maybe like squirrel hunting or something, but this is about as small as I would want to go with a blade to be able to do those types of tasks. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video again, and peace out. Alright, talk to you guys later. Thanks.